spoke of the cycling force consolution, a word you coined, meaning individual consciousness evolution. The hippie movement was in part about love. Some people go so far as to believe the whole universe is about love. Does that emotion come into play with this force?
Absolutely, it does. I'm glad you asked that question. Consolution has two interconnected expansion factors, which are spectrums of understanding and intellect, and connectedness love. In fact, let me draw them out. Yeah, maybe I'll use white here. So this is understanding at its base level, and this is intellect. And this over here is connectedness with other consciousness, and this is love for all consciousness. And these are spectrums of consolution. These two spectrums of consolution compression, which are the basis for increases in thought level, were derived from contemplation of what a God consciousness would be, which is full intellect of how the universe works, and love for all consciousness in the universe, which you can see here. This is intellect. This is at the God level, full intellect of how the universe works, and love for all consciousness in the universe. At the base level here is the understanding and connectedness with other consciousness when consciousness first infuses into single-celled organisms. That's at that base level. And as we compress to higher thought levels, we work our way up through these two spectrums of consolution, of greater intellect about the universe and greater love for other consciousness.
Well, you describe a consolution compression that occurred to you while developing this theory. I'd love to hear more about that story firsthand, if you'd like to recount it.
It'd be my pleasure, yeah. I was driving along a country road thinking about this idea that all life forms have the same motives of consciousness as people do, just at different levels. And I looked out to see trees and bushes and grass and thought, what an odd idea that they would have the same motives of consciousness. I then saw a small donkey walking to the side of a horse on a small farm, and thought how nice the two of them are company for one another, and felt a connection with both of them. And just following that moment, a falcon flew right in front of the truck. It looked directly at me as it flew over, and in that moment we connected. I was intellectually convinced that all four of us had this common connection of having the same substance of consciousness. Simultaneously, I felt the love of that connection with them. And as this occurred, I had a sense of my mind speeding up, and what I'm certain was a consolution compression. It was an exhilarating, fulfilling moment. It really was.
Like a nirvana moment there.
Yeah, it was very special.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Can you say if one or the other factor played a more important role?
What I realized from that experience is for consolution to take place, both spectrums of compression must transition in unison. In a sense, it's as if there's a connecting bar between these two compressions. So it would seem we must comprehend something with our mind and feel it with our emotions at the same time to consolution to a higher thought level. So in a sense, it's no wonder, no mistake, that life forms evolve a brain and a set of emotions.
Would someone else having a similar experience respond in the same way, do you think?
The willingness in any situation of consolution is a personal choice. I chose to immerse myself in the thoughts and feelings of that particular experience, but someone else might have reacted differently and caused no upward movement in thought level. So the expansion factors are only active if someone is receptive to an opportune experience.
I can't help but notice too then that again this is this idea of complexity arising out of simplicity.
Yeah, you're an astute listener. Yes, out of the simplistic base level of understanding and connection, greater compression reflects greater complexity of intellect and love.
Well, let's toast to the universe of intellect and love.
Let's.